Things could tip either way, more toward apocalypse or more toward utopia. I'm a realist. Neither extreme will happen in its pure form, but the directional difference is huge. And because I believe trust is the way forward, I also believe trust is the lever that can move us toward utopia. So, what does trust look like going forward? When I first started down this path 25 years ago, I didn't think that my greatest insights about trust would come from Quaker meeting, or unschooling, or Wikipedia, or barely structured events, or workplace democracy, or microfinance, or dozens of other seemingly disconnected domains. But they did. The foundational insight all these domains offered was assume good intent. This is a common rule of thumb in the open source community. It just means start from trust. If you get a message that looks strange or offensive, give it the benefit of the doubt. If it is indeed intentionally offensive, try to figure out why. Inquire within. Change the setting. In normal times, that would mean inviting them to a cup of coffee so you can talk. Maybe now it means taking your Zoom call outside. Assume good intent does not mean trust blindly or naively. There are definitely bad actors in the world. The problem is that assuming everyone is a bad actor is a self-fulfilling prophecy. You end up with many worse interactions than assuming good intent. Starting from trust is starting from strength, not weakness. For example, there's a big difference between being defenseless and being undefended. When you're defenseless, you are simply vulnerable. When you drop your defenses intentionally, it's an opening gesture of trust, but you are still safe. Okay, so after assuming good intent, then what? Next comes listen deeply. Deep listening means sitting down to talk. I'd love it if the anti-fascists on the far left and the boogaloo boys of the alt-right would sit together to talk. More likely, some democratic socialists and evangelical pastors can share stories over a beer. Two of my inspirations on bridging the cultural divide are Daryl Davis and Dia Khan. Davis, a black jazz pianist, has a collection of over 200 Ku Klux Klan robes in his garage. Given to him by Klan members he helped retire out, meaning he helped them voluntarily quit the KKK by listening to them with respect. His simple question still echoes in my head. How can you hate me if you don't even know me? Dia Khan is a Pakistani human rights activist and documentarian. She has interviewed white supremacists and neo-Nazis in their homes, clubhouses, and shooting ranges. In her 2017 documentary, White Right, you can see the moments where her interviewees realize how vulnerable she is on their turf. You can also see as they begin to build friendships out of these interactions. But it's not just people in organizations like the KKK that we need to listen deeply to. It's your neighbor with the lawn signs you don't like. It's the relative you avoid talking to at family get-togethers.